So back in 2022, I wasn't in the same state that I am right now. Like back then, I was just a loser who was going back from school, getting myself comfortable in the couch, and just scroll mindlessly to TikTok for like 5 hours in a day and just chasing dopamine. Now, the good thing is that it wasn't like just it wasn't just all negative stuff because while scrolling through this TikTok, I have came across Andrew Tate, the same like bald guy who was like talking. A lot of people think he was talking shit, but this guy had actually like changed my mindset and like attitude of life. He like made me into thinking that there's much more to life than just the average job, the average 9 to 5, the average girlfriend. And yeah, I've got like really sold on idea of making money online. As Andrew Tate was selling this course, The Real World, or as you've probably heard like much more times, The Hustlers University, well, as Andrew Tate has become an authority figure for me, I decided to hop in and just learn how to make money. And as I've got in, there was like this one skill of copywriting. It was like really popular there because it didn't require like any finances from you, any capital, and it was like one of those least time consuming courses, or so they said that. And although my reality isn't right now that I made 10k a month from copywriting, but I've got one actually valuable lesson from it. And it's that human psychology is just based on people acting on emotions. Like if people are getting an emotion, they're probably like emotion is just some force, just some energy flowing, and this energy, it can just like appear or disappear anywhere. It can be transmuted, and most of the times it's just transmuted into action. People are starting acting on it. Like for example, like Andrew Tate was saying that you're someone who's like not making a lot of money, so you're a brokey, and like all of this just made us feel some certain emotion of like insuperiority to someone, and that's why like we dropped into like the Hustlers University, because we just wanted to become someone who can do those things that Andrew Tate can. And so the thing is that when it comes to those emotions, some people are leveraging our emotions for our own good. So like they are creating a really powerful products or services which could actually like change our lives or change the entire world. And when they are marketing, they are inducing like those emotions like crazy in us. And the end result is that they're not only making themselves a lot of money because they helped us like solve a major problem in our life, but also we are being happy. Whereas the other people, they are leveraging those emotions completely like for their own benefit. So like people like the same Andrew Tate, all he was wanted to is just like to get this quick easy money into the real world, and so he marketed it as like this easy thing, of like this whole copywriting thing was marketed as something that you can put like 30 minutes into writing an email and then sell this email to $300. And of course it is what like got me into copywriting, but it was like far from the truth. It was far from the truth because like when I've got into copywriting, it was much more than like taking 90 days to reaching a point where I'm at 10k a month because of just writing those emails. No, it took much more than 90 days to just like grasp the entire science of the consumer psychology, of putting into practice what I was learning. And I'm not even talking about the outreach stuff. Like this outreach stuff is actually like the most important part, because when you have a skill, you have to sell the skill to someone. And if you're not outreaching, then how can you sell it? So when people are like inducing our emotions, they just create this skew reality in our heads that things are much easier than they are actually, and that we have a higher likelihood of succeeding at something. And so, as you mentioned before, some people are doing this for our own good. They are like solving major problems in our life, and they are putting effort, they're putting a ton of research in that. But in the end, they just solve the problem and everyone is happy. They are also happy because they're getting a fat paycheck of that. But some people are just leveraging our emotions in order for us to act, and they just end up manipulating us. So that's why what I was trying to say with this entire video, indirectly, is that before getting into anything, whether it's like business or whatever, it just doesn't come to my mind right now. Before getting into anything, know what you're getting into. Like, do your own research. Don't just trust those people who are trying to get inside you in, because all they're doing is just selling you. They're just like leveraging your emotions to sell you on some idea. And just do your own research. Talk with people who are inside, who are making it, who are not making it. Listen to their experiences and just know what you're signing up for. Because although I believe I am someone who has a strong work ethic, not right now, but but absolutely can develop it. But someone who's just like coming into, let's say, the same copywriting thing for just a quick money, well, this someone would just want the money, and they wouldn't like find the fulfillment in the process of like doing those copywriting tasks and things. And as they're getting like those false expectations of what they could achieve in a certain amount of time, then they could just get discouraged and not only like waste a lot of time just learning, but at the same time, as they have invested their own capital into it, then they could just also waste money, and in the end they end up in a worse position than they started. So yeah, that's just the main message of this video. Just before getting into something, just know what you're signing up for.